Hello everyone, this is take 2. I videoed a class yesterday and unfortunately the iPad was not recording. So I've checked it, I believe it's recording now. So we're going to get into it. Sorry for the delay. Let me start my watch so we can time ourselves. So I believe today we'll do a little bit of vinyasa flow, but on Friday I will schedule a yin practice, which is what I did yesterday and it didn't film. So today let's just move around a little bit because it's in the morning for me and the studio is pretty cool. So I want to get started doing some sun salutations. Remember, if sun salutations are difficult for you, you can always take a break in between. You could do one sun salutation and then rest in child's pose and then rejoin us in the second sun or the third sun salutation. The other options that you have, and I'll show them to you, is just simply drop to your knees. Also do puppy instead of downward dog. I'll give you some modifications, but let's just go ahead and get started this morning. I do want to release the tension from the head and the neck before we move forward. So let's lift nice and tall, coming into a cross-legged position. Remember, you can have your soles of your feet together, that's okay. All right, any knee pain, support your knee with a block. So lifting up nice and tall, drawing the shoulders back and down, extending up to the crown of the head. Exhale, drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, drop it back. Inhale, lift the head. Big circles to the right. Just release the tension from the head, the neck, and the shoulders. And then let's go the other way, other direction. And then coming back to center, let's switch the cross on the legs. Try not to use your hands, just to use your core. All right, let's settle into our breath, okay? So nice deep breaths here. One more thing that I want to say is if your knees are way up high, consider putting a blanket underneath your bottom just to get your knees lower than your hips. All right, coming into the breath. Placing the tip of the tongue behind the two front teeth. The tip of the tongue does not touch the teeth. It just rests on the hard palate behind the teeth. We're going to draw the air in through the nose and down the back of the throat. So there's a throaty quality to, or throaty sound to the breath because we're constricting the muscles in the neck. So it sort of sounds like the ocean or a Darth Vader breath. But the main thing is don't draw the air. The main thing is to draw the air in through the nose and down, not up. So it's in, down. Every inhale, expand the belly. Every exhale, pull the belly in and up. Expanding the belly. Every exhale, draw your belly in and up. forward and up. Exhale, roll it back. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, roll it back. Inhale, forward and up. Good, come into a neutral position. Let's twist to the left, looking over the left shoulder. And then back to center, and now twisting to the right, looking over the right shoulder. And we're going to sweep forward into a big circle, coming all the way up. Just moving the spine in all four directions. And now let's go the other direction. And then back to center. Let's turn towards the top of the mat. So try to have your blocks at the top of the mat. If you don't have blocks, you can use books, you can use a rolled up towel or a blanket. But just in case you need something to put your hand on or support yourself during your practice. Let's place our hands, excuse me, our hands underneath our shoulders and our knees under our hips. We're always pulling in the belly just slightly to protect our back. We never want to look like this in the back. And we also don't want to look like this. Okay? So let's go ahead and tuck our toes and lift our hips, coming into downward facing dog. So nice deep breaths here. Go ahead and pedal out the feet. And then go ahead and come down. So I'm going to retract what I said earlier. In the cat-cows, we do have that position of the spine. So we're going to come into some cat-cows, Inhale, lifting the crown of the head and the tailbone up. And so in this particular position, we're trying to articulate the vertebrae. So now we're exhale, rounding, tucking the chin to the chest. Inhale, forward and up. Just trying to articulate each vertebrae, pulling in the tummy. And then inhale, back up. And exhale, tucking round. And then coming into a neutral position, let's drop our hips to the left. We're going to push them hard to the left to make half moves to release this part of the hip. Might be feeling it after that hike yesterday. And then back over to the right, pushing the hips to the right. And then back to center. Inhale, lifting the crown of the head and the tailbone up, tucking the toes. Exhale, tucking around. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, tucking around. Coming into a neutral position, let's turn the left hand over. The back of the hand is down. The thumb and the pinky are on the mat and the arm is straight. Gently pull back, maintaining the wrists down on the mat. You can always bring your hands closer to your knees if it's too aggressive. And now turn the hand over and press into your inner triads. That's your index finger, knuckle, and your thumb. Now we're going to gently pull back on the right arm, opening up the wrist, preparing the wrist for vinyasa, or sun salutations. Always returning to your breath. Remember, the breath is the most important. Okay? So turning the right hand over, pressing into your inner triads. Let's go ahead and tuck our toes, downward facing dog. Your feet are hip width distance, your hands are shoulder width apart. Let's pedal the feet out a little bit more. And then exhale all of your air. Let's take a bunch of little tiny steps to arrive at our hands. Once we arrive at our hands, go ahead and grab your elbows and hang for Uttanasana. Okay, so if you're tight in the hamstrings, you may need to bend your knees a lot. Okay, if you have back pain, you may need to bend your knees. If you need more in this stretch, you just straighten the legs then rock to your toe mounts. But really try to relax the head. And now let's just pedal out the knees if you can. If you cannot, it's okay. Just keep your knees bent. Remember that we don't want to feel any stretching where the glute meets the hamstring. If you feel that, you need to bend your knees. All right, sweeping the arms back. Palms face the mat. With a flat back, we'll lift to standing. Bringing the feet together. Drop your head back. Exhale, down through the heart. Inhale, sweeping upwards. And exhale, diving forward. Release your head to your knees. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, folding in. Sweeping the arms back. Inhale, lift to standing. Reaching up and exhale down to the heart. Inhale, swooping upwards. Exhale, diving forward. Release your head to your knees. Inhale, lift halfway. Lengthen the back of your neck. Release the tension from the neck. All right, exhale, let's step it back. Downward dog. If you need a modification for downward dog, come down to your knees and push back. So from downward dog, we're going to shift forward to the top of the push-up. If this is challenging, drop to your knees. Exhale, lowering down, elbows into the rib cage, sliding the shoulders into the back pockets, pushing into the tops of the feet, firing up your glutes and your low back. You don't want to have much weight in the hands. You want to fire back here, and then exhale, roll back into puppy pose or downward facing dog. You're going to exhale all of your air. Let's take a bunch of little tiny steps to arrive at our hands. Uttanasana, bow to the knees. Floating the arms back, palms down, shoulders back, lift all the way to standing, drawing upward, and then exhale down to the heart. Inhale, swooping upward. Exhale, diving forward, flat back. So that if we don't want this, we want a nice flat back. None of this, okay? Releasing your head to your knees. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold in. Let's step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward, Chaturanga Dandasana. Elbows in, lower all the way down. Inhale, lifting up, cobra, shoulders back and down. Exhale, roll it back. Keep lifting in the tummy, driving your shoulders away from your ears, but still keeping your index finger knuckles down. So 5 breaths here. You can always drop down to your knees. If you need a break, you can come into child's pose. All right, exhale all of your air. You can walk or hop forward. If you hop forward, land gently. Use your core. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen the back of your neck. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, sweep the arms back, reaching up, and then exhale down through the heart. Toes forward, belly's lifted. Inhale, sweep the arms up, drop the head back. Exhale, hands down to the heart, Samasthiti. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, gliding forward. Release your head to your knees. Urdhva Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. Keep pushing back, keep lifting in your tummy. If you feel like your back is, let's see if I can do it, rounded, then you're going to bend your knees and really try to push your bottom back. Check in with your neck. Are you relaxed? Inhale, coming forward, Chaturanga Dandasana. We're going to try to roll over the toes and come into up dog. Only your hands are on the mat and your feet, not your legs. So push the legs up. Exhale, try to roll over your toes. Downward facing dog. So how we roll over the toes is to really draw up in the tummy so that there's not much weight on your toes. 5 breaths here. Remember, you can be in puppy pose or child's pose. All right, exhale all of your air, walk or hop forward. Inhale, lifting halfway, lifting the back of your neck. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, sweep the arms back, lifting all the way to standing. Exhale, down through the heart. Inhale, sweeping upwards. And exhale, diving forward. Release your head to your knees. Lengthen the back of your neck. Inhale, lift halfway, shoulders back, extend out through the crown of the head. Plant your hands, downward facing dog. Inhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Exhale. Inhale, up. Exhale, roll back. Nice deep breaths here. If you're in downward dog, you're going to drop your hips over to the left. You're on the knife edge of your feet. Then we'll inhale, lift, and go over to the left, pushing the hips back. Inhale, back up. Keep pushing back. Nice deep breaths here. Remember to keep rolling the heads of the shoulders away from the ears. All right, let's exhale, come down. Big toes touch, knees separate. If you have knee pain, place a block between your hips and your heels, okay? All right, arms our hands are shoulder width apart. Let's walk our hands over to the left. So your thumbs are touching. You're gonna drop that right shoulder down and then push your bottom to the right. Breathe. And now let's walk our hands over to the right, push your bottom to the left. And then back to center, good job. All right, let's go ahead and shift forward, coming into our foot stretches. Big toes are touching, okay? So big toes are touching as well as the heels, and if you have knee pain, you place the block between your hips and your heels, but sit heavily onto your feet, preparing your feet to receive energy from vinyasa. Nice deep breaths. Also, this really helps with plantar fasciitis or bunions. We're also lifting the arches of the feet. It's important to keep your feet healthy. I realize Vajrasana 1 is not a comfortable position, but you'll get used to it with time. All right, let's go ahead and shift forward, bringing the tops of the feet down. Sit heavily onto the feet. Remember, we don't want to allow the feet to separate, to splay, right? The heels need to stay together. If you can sit comfortably in this position, go ahead and add the arms, drawing the upper arm bones towards one another. All right, and shifting forward. Good job. Hands under your shoulders. Extend out through that right heel, pushing into the heel. And then to the left, pushing into the heel, belly still pulled up. All right, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. Keep drawing in the belly. Spreading the toes, driving those heels down. You can either walk or hop forward. Remember to engage your core as you hop forward. Inhale, lifting halfway, lengthen the back of your neck. Remember, your knees can be bent, okay? Exhale, inhale, coming up. Now let's go ahead and clasp the hands let's clasp your hands, bring your biceps to your ears. And we're just gonna draw the arms to the right. Nice deep breaths, bringing that right shoulder forward, left hip forward, chin up off your chest as best as you can. It's okay if the arms are out in front, if you're really tight, it's okay. We'll get there someday. And then inhale, lifting back up and over to the left. Keep bringing that left shoulder forward, right hip forward. And then back to center. Exhale, down through the heart. Inhale, scooping the arms up. Exhale, diving forward. Release the crown of the head down. Inhale, lift halfway, shoulders back. Okay, we're going to plant our hands and step back. Coming all the way down to that left knee. Stacking the right knee over the ankle. On Janiyasana, sweeping the arms up. If you're tight in your shoulders, come into goalpost arms, okay? Relax the shoulders. And then exhale, plant your hands and bow to your knee. You can keep your knee bent if you need to, okay? Otherwise, straighten the leg. Push your right hip down. Excuse me. All right, let's go ahead and sweep the right arm up. Look up at your hand. If your neck is nice and long, if you're feeling crunched up in your neck, look down. It's important to keep the neck free from tension. We often hold a lot of tension in our neck and shoulders. Exhale and release the right hand down, shifting forward. Hands are at your heart, and now twist to the right. Nice deep breaths here. And then back to center. Let's float that left heel into the bum. Reach back for your foot. It's okay if you just need to lift it up off the ground and place it back down. Once you grab the foot, always try to square your hips off to the front edge of your mat. All right, release. Plant your hands. Use your core. Lift the leg. No scraping. Hands under your shoulders. Knees under your hips. Lift for downward facing dog. Good. Inhale forward. Chaturanga Dandasana. Rolling over the toes for Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Remember, you can still be in Cobra. Elbows bent, pelvis down. If you're in Up Dog, push your legs up off of your mat. Exhale. From the belly, rolling back, downward facing dog. Check in with the neck. Breathe. You can come down into puppy pose. You can also take a child's pose. Exhale all of your air. Walk or hop forward. Landing gently. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, folding in. Release the back of your neck. Your knees can be bent. Floating the arms back, palms face the mat. Lift all the way to standing, coming up. And then exhale down through the heart. All right, let's come into our side bends, because I know Marlene really loves these. So interlace your fingers, biceps to your ears. Exhale over to the left, shoulder forward. Strong legs, left shoulder forward, and then back up. Over to the right, right shoulder forward. Keep lifting and breathing, strong legs, and then inhale back to center and down through the heart. Good. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, and exhale, diving forward. Release
your head to your knees. Inhale, lift halfway. If you feel like jumping back, you can jump back right into chaturanga. Otherwise, step back. So if you're going to jump, lift with your core and land with bent elbows. Okay, inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down facing dog or puppy. Okay. Keep pulling up in the belly, breathing. Inhale, lift your left leg, drive that right heel down, and sweep it forward. We're coming into Anjaneyasana. Sweep the arms up, stack your left knee over the ankle, or come into goalpost arms. And then exhale, plant your hands, straighten the front leg, bow to the knee, drop this left hip down. Planting the right hand, sweeping the left arm up. Is the back of your neck long? Exhale, release the hand down. Go ahead and lift your right knee, try to wiggle it back a little bit, and then float the heel to the bottom. Reaching back for the foot. Squaring the hips off to the front edge. You can always use a belt or a strap and place it around your foot if you need to. It'll give you a little bit of a reach there. Alright, exhale. Release, come all the way around for your twist. Stack your hands. Just try to get your sternum to your thumbs. Check in with your neck. And then release. Go ahead and plant your hands. Use your core. Lift and bring it back. Downward facing dog. Coming forward, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, roll it back. So take your time, stay with your breath. We'll always meet up in downward dog. To the hands, lift halfway, exhale, fold in, release the crown of your head down, and now sweep the arms back, lifting all the way up, and exhale down through the heart. Samasthiti. Inhale, sweeping upwards. And exhale, diving forward. Release your head to your knees. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands. You can jump back into chaturanga or just walk back. So walking back, exhale, inhale, exhale. On an inhale, lift your, let's do left first so you can see. Inhale, lift your left leg first. Sweep it forward. Bring your right heel down flat. We're coming into warrior one. Okay, so if your right hip is not in line with this hip, move your right foot over so that both hips are square to the front edge of your mat. Okay, any back pain, squeeze that right glute. Bring your arms up. If you're finding tension in the neck and shoulders, come into goalpost arms. Drive down into that knife edge of that foot. Breathe. We're going to shift forward into Daigasana. So bringing your hands back, thumbs up, coming forward. Lift your chest up. It is a back bend. lift your right leg up. Strong legs. Exhale, hands to your hips. Step it back and pigeon toe the toes to the long edge of the mat. I'm going to turn around and face you though. Okay, so heels out, toes in, push back into your hips. Place your left hand in the center of your stance, right hand to your sacrum, and twist to the right. So keep your right hip down. You can stay here or reach the arm up. Check in with the neck. Lengthen the neck. You can look up with the hand, but if that shortens the neck, you may have to look down. All right, we're going to reach that right arm in, grab the ankle or any part of your leg, and relax. We're trying to get in behind that shoulder blade. Okay, exhale, right hand down, left hand to the sacrum, twisting to the left, reaching that left arm up. Check in with your neck. Can't stress it enough. No stress in the neck. Okay, exhale. Reach that left hand through. Reaching for your ankle. Keep your hips square. And then coming back to center. All right, we're going to come into, this stretch is a little bit difficult to come into, but I know you can do it. I'm going to walk my left foot in, bring my knee down to the mat. I'm going to try to sit on my bottom, okay? And then my right leg is out, okay? Nice deep breaths into the hamstring, and it's also a foot stretch. So my toes are tucked, okay? So deep breaths here. Okay, strong tummy. Inhale, lift. Square off your feet again. Heels out, toes in. Drop down to that right knee. Lift the toes on the left leg. If you have knee pain, you might want to place something between your hips or your heels, or just come forward. But to the best of your ability, get your chest up. Breathe into the hamstring. Very good. Plant your hands. Inhale, lift. Pigeon toe the toes again. And let's come down to our forearms. If your forearms don't reach the mat, it's okay. You can be on your hands. You can also have your hands on a block or a chair. All right, inhale, back up. Let's go ahead and walk towards the top of our mat. We'll come right into warrior one. So you can bring your left foot over, bend your right knee, square off your hips to the front edge of your mat. Try to bend your right knee as much as you can, but remember we don't want pressure on the front of that knee, because that's straining your ACL. So if you back out, that's okay, but if there's no pain, come in low, okay? I have a little bit of pain, so I'm going to back out. Sweep the arms up. Come into goalpost arms if you're feeling it in the neck and the shoulders. Drive down into that left heel. Okay, big asana. Arms float back, thumbs up, shifting forward. Lift the chest. Strong legs. Okay, we're going to step back. Good. Turn your toes, pigeon toe, towards the long edge of your mat. We're going to push the hips back and then walk our hands out. So this is a wide-legged downward dog. Rotating the heads and the shoulders away from the ears. Breathing. Let's come up onto our tiptoes, possibly, and then exhale back down. And now let's walk our hands back. Fingertips point back. Lift your kneecaps. And then back down to our forearms or your hands. So engage your quads and lift your knees. Do not lock your knees, okay? We're always lifting the kneecaps up, not pushing them back. And now let's walk the hands in. Strong tummy as you lift to standing, okay? Right toes point towards the top of the mat. We're going to engage in our pelvic floor muscles and step it forward right into tree pose. Strong tummy, trust that janky knee, and then bring that left foot up. Hands to your heart, drive the knee out. Probably should show you here. Hands at your heart. You can also have the foot here or toe down for a kickstand, your choice. And then inhale, reaching up. And exhale, down through the heart. Just a few more moments here, really work that ankle. And then release. Good job, you can shake out the foot. Nice deep breaths. Exhale, diving forward. Release your head to your knees. Inhale, lift halfway. Lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, step back or hop back. I'm going to step back into downward facing dog and then shift forward to Chaturanga Dandasana. Up, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Exhale all of your air. Walk or hop forward. Let's reach for our elbows and hang. Lengthening the spine. Relax your head. And then float the arms back. Lifting all the way to standing. Drawing up and then down through the heart. Let's step our right leg back. We're going to come from this position right into Vrikshasana. So coming forward, balance, bring the right foot up, hands at your heart, shifting the hips forward. So we want to keep our hips square to that front edge of the mat. Remember that balance is about tiny micro movements. It's not really about being still. We're just always trying to find that center path. And then sweep the arms up, possibly. And then exhale down through the heart. A few more moments here, work that left ankle. And then release. Good job, shake out that left ankle. I'm just going to do a video check just to make sure it's running. I don't want to rerun of yesterday. Nope, it's good. We're good. All right, let's come down to our mat. Crossing, let's do left. Crossing that left leg on top of the right. Just going to get into the hips a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and twist to the left. Look over that left shoulder. And then back out just a little bit and bring your belly over your left inner thigh. And now let's bring it forward. Remember, if coming forward cuts off the air, you need to sit upright. If coming forward hurts your knee, you need to back out a little bit. Okay, no stretching in the knees. And let's sweep to the right, to the right.
come forward, really drive down into that left hip. Breathe into the groin if you're feeling it there. And then let's back it out. We're gonna reach for our left big toe with our peace finger, extend the leg out. The leg can be bent. You can also use a belt or a strap and place it on the foot. Chest up, no rounded back, okay? And then shift forward with the left leg. Keep reaching up with the chest, breathing into the hamstring. And then we're gonna place the leg down, coming right into Janusirsasana. Okay, the knee can be bent. So you can bend your knee. Really try to reach that chest forward and then relax the back of the neck. And then rolling up, bringing that right leg under and left leg on top. Let's stack our knees. Bring the feet away from the hips, roll the shoulders back and down. And then exhale, come forward. So, if it's impossible for you to get into this, that's okay. You can, extend your left leg, bend the left knee, and slide something underneath the knee, okay? Don't push it in this one, Marlene. Just do whatever you can. Place your left hand 6 inches from your hip, sweep that right arm up and over. Remember straight lines of energy, so arm straight, not bent elbow. Breathe into your hip. And back up, exhale, hold your air and twist to the right. Looking over that left shoulder. And back to center. Good job. Let's switch. So just try to go right into it. Right leg on top. Just for a little knee joint flush here. Okay. Excuse me. Lifting nice and tall, twisting to the right. Let's go ahead and reach out over that right inner thigh. No knee pain here though. And now let's go ahead and walk it back in, and then come down through the center. If you need to move organically from side to side, I like to do that just because it gets my mid back. You don't have to, but if there's something that you feel like you need to do, please listen to your body. Always returning to the breath. If you're out of breath, you're going in too strongly. Deep breaths into your back body. Really expand those ribs back there. And now let's walk the hands to the left. Release the head. And walking the hands back in, lifting up nice and tall and twisting to the left. Look over that left shoulder. And then back to center. We're going heel as well, but remember, chest up, chest up. And then reach the right leg forward, lifting up nice and tall. And then release. Good job. All right, let's come right into Gomukhasana or half Gomukhasana. Bring the right knee over. Remember, you can always extend here. No stretching behind the knee. Slide something underneath there. Okay. Feet away from your hips. Right hip down. Lifting up nice and tall. Exhale, come forward. Breathing into that right hip. And inhale, lifting up, placing the right hand next to the hip, sweeping the left arm up and over. Inhale, back up. Exhale all of your air. Twist to the right. Add the head last. Don't crank on the head. The twist should be strong in the tummy though. It's almost as if you're like wringing out a sponge. And back to center. Good job. All right, let's unwind the legs. Bring the legs out wide. Toes and kneecaps are up. Remember, we don't want the feet to come out, fall out, or fall in. Toes up. Strong legs. Exhale, come forward. Lengthen the back of your neck. So in this position, you can always just be upright. You can have your knees bent, that's fine, okay? You can come forward, have your hands on something or your elbows on something. As the hamstrings relax, I like to drop down and really put pressure on my third eye. It just relaxes the spot between the shoulders. So if you have a chair, you can put a chair here and rest your head on the chair. So keep the legs active, engage your quads, pull those kneecaps towards your hips. And then bring it back in. Let's go ahead and reach for your right toe. Coming into a twist, you can have your hand on your thigh as well. And back to center. Let's twist to the right. And back to center. Let's come into Ardha Matsyendrasana. So bringing the right leg under, left leg in front of your knee. You can also have the leg over in front of the thigh. If it's too much to bring it over, just place it at the shin, okay? So most important part is that the left hip is down. So if you come over here and your hip is hiked up, you need to find a position where you can keep that hip down. Lifting up nice and tall. Planting your left hand behind you, reaching your right arm up. Let's go all the way across. You can reach for your shin, or you can hook your elbow. Add the head last. Look to the left. Breathe. And then back to center. All right. Left leg down. Right heel in front, left hand or right hand plants. Remember, hip down. Reach your left arm up, reach for the knee, or you can come into hooking the elbow. But remember that the spine needs to be lengthening, not crunching, okay? And then back to center. Good job. All right, let's come onto our backs. Let's just come into supported bridge pose. We're gonna lift our hips, place the block below the belt line. Nice deep breaths here. For those of you that want to do shoulder stand, you can come into shoulder stand here. The best way to come into shoulder stand, eyes running his feet up over the head, walk your elbows in, and then extend both legs up. If you want to work your core, extend both legs up at the same time. Okay? Push your hips over. You want your feet closer towards your elbows, but my shoulders are just too unforgiving at this stage. But my left foot is where your foot should be, not having your foot over your head. So I'm going to roll out, come into bridge pose. Excuse me. So the back of the neck is long. If you're in shoulder stand, go ahead and come out. If you're in bridge pose, we're going to press into our feet, lift our hips, and remove the block. Lower down, one vertebrae at a time. I'll go a little bit slower. And now I'm going to reach my hands under my bum and extend the legs out. Use your core and lift. Walk your elbows under, chest up. Come all the way back from Matsyendrasana. Head should be resting on the floor. And go ahead and release. Walk your feet back in. Lift your hips. And release. Nice deep breaths here. Let's walk our knees into our chest. Placing your hands on your knees, circling to the left. And now circling to the right. Coming into goalpost arms, let's drop our knees to the left. You can use your knee or your left hand to pull that right knee across, extending your right arm out to the right. If your neck permits, look to the right. And inhale, lifting back up. Let's plant our feet, lift your hips, and place the hips back down. Just to reset the hips. Then bring your knees into your chest. And drop your knees all the way to the right. Left arm is out to the left. Look to the left. Relax your low back. Really send the breath there.
And then extend both legs out for Shavasana. So if you can get your heels together and maintain your low back on the mat, this is a good, nice passive stretch for your hips. However, if your back is lifted up off the mat, you're going to need to separate your feet. Just allow the toes to fall out. Your hands are next to your waist, just to allow gravity to open up the shoulders, palms up. But remember, if anything's falling asleep or part of your arms up off the mat, you're just going to have to find a comfortable position for the arms. And then finally, allow the Ujjayi breath to relax. Just breathe as you normally would. And then just allow the yoga to soak into the body. You're fully supported by the earth. And then returning to your breath, deepen your breath. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes and circle your wrists and your ankles. And then extend the arms above the head, reach out through your fingers and toes. And now draw your knees into your chest and give them a squeeze. And then rolling to your right hand side, just rest your head on your arm, just a couple of breaths. And pressing into your hands, lifting up into a seated position of your choice, whatever's most comfortable for you. Just taking a moment, drawing inward. Relax the spot between the eyebrows. And I wish you peace, happiness, and good health. Namaste. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for practicing today. Bye-bye.